Well, hi everyone. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and I've got a brand new friend with me today. I'd like to introduce Alda. He is my very newest dragon. His egg just recently hatched. I bought it from a vendor at the farmer's market over the weekend. They had all these imported dragon things from Zanzibar, including dragon eggs. So I had to get this dragon egg, hatched him right away, and this is Alda, and he is ready to join us for all kinds of book talks and discussing books that we love and would love you to read as well. So what book are we going to talk about today? Well, we are now officially in December, right? It is a month of all kinds of different holidays and celebrations. So I thought we could talk about some books that are holiday centric, right? And I wanted to start this week off with a book that actually I read and loved when I was a kid. And I was overjoyed to see that the library has a copy, because I think that even though it is an older book, it is a book that really holds up very well and can be enjoyed by young and old alike. So what book are we talking about? This book is called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. And this is by Barbara Robinson. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, Miss Rebecca, you are so old. We don't want to read some old book that you liked when you were a kid a million years ago. And first of all, shush. I'm not that old. And second of all, this book, even though it was written a long time ago, and even though I read it a long time ago, it is still fabulous. The thing that I love most about this book, two things. The first thing is, it is a bite size of a book. Look at how thin this is. This book only has a total of 80 pages. It is such a short book. So if you're looking for a really fun, quick holiday read this season, this is a really great thing to jump into. The second thing I really like about it is that it has really adorable illustrations, black and white illustrations throughout the book. There's not a whole lot of them, but the ones that they do have are very meaningful to the story. So what is this book about? This book is about this little town and this family that lives in this little town called the Herdmans, who are the worst family ever. So the kids are just so bad. They run around, they act crazy, they lie, they cheat, they steal, they say bad words. Sometimes they even smoke cigars. Whoa. They are just they're destructive. All kinds of bad things happen when these kids are around. So everybody tries to avoid them. Nobody really wants anything to do with them. Well, one day this herdman clan of kids invades the church and hears the story of the first Christmas with the nativity and the shepherds and the wise men and all that. So they decide that they are taking over the pageant this year. They've never heard this story before. They want to beat up King Herod because they think he's basically a punk. And they're taking over the play or the pageant, and everybody is really afraid that it's going to be ruined because of these kids. But what they find actually is that some things actually get better, and the Herdman family is one of the things. So the third thing I love about this, I know I said there's only two, but there's three, is that it's hilarious. So this is a book that you're going to start reading and you're going to just die laughing from the first page to the last page, because these Herdman kids are hilarious. They are really bad, but they are just so funny. So if you're ever in school, and have you ever had a kid in a class that's just, kind of bad and ornery and just a nuisance and mischievous? Well, imagine that times a million, and you've got pretty much an idea of what the Herdmans were like. So I just want to read the first couple lines of this so you get an idea of the feel for this story. And here is a picture of the Herdman clan right here on the first page. The Herdmans were absolutely the worst kids in the history of the world. They lied and stole and smoked cigars, even the girls, and talked dirty and hit little kids and cussed their teachers and took the name of the Lord in vain and set fire to Fred Shoemaker's old broken down tool house. The tool house burned right down to the ground, and I think that surprised the Herdmans. They set fire to things all the time, but that was the first time they managed to burn down a whole building. I guess it was an accident. I don't suppose they woke up that morning and said to one another, "Let's go burn down Fred Shoemaker's tool house." But maybe they did. After all, it was a Saturday and not much was going on. So this is such a fun story. Like I said, it's really short. So if you're looking for a fun, hilarious, quick little holiday read. This is a really great one. I thought it was so good, and like I said, just super hilarious. You're gonna laugh out loud the whole time. And you know, sometimes books are classics for a reason. Sometimes they're not so great when you look back on them, but other times you look back on some books and you're like, you know what, this is just as awesome as the first time I read it. And that's definitely how I felt with this one. So why don't you give it a try? The best Christmas pageant ever. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds really fun and interesting. If so, please feel free to check it out from Farmington Community Library. And also, please give this video a like. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.